What's going on, everyone? Hopefully, you're doing well. The purpose of this video is to dive into my latest rap, which is called Compound Interest. All right, this is the lyrical breakdown. Now, by way of introduction, my name is Robert. I am the president of a company called Healthy Coin. I'm a licensed CPA by trade, and I am a new proud dad, girl dad to be specific. It's nice to meet you virtually. Hopefully, one day we'll be able to sit kneecap to kneecap and break bread, maybe fellowship for a little bit. But until then, let's dive into the newest rap and do it line by line. So if this is your first time kind of seeing one of these videos, the reason I make these recap videos is to explain line by line exactly what I meant by the lyric. Okay? Because sometimes things get lost in translation and I don't want to be confusing. I want to uplift and empower people to win with money. So in order to do that efficiently and effectively, I do these videos to break everything down. All right, so let me tee up the music.
Compound interest. Compound interest. Yeah. Here we go. I need to tell you a secret, but I don't want you to keep it. Yo, this is not for defeaters. Top of the top, can you reach it? This secret is coming out soon. Pull up a seat, get in tune. Open your mouth, here's the spoon. Shout out my brother, hey, boom.
All right, first part. Let's break this down line by line. The first one, I need to tell you a secret. Compound interest is not something that's understood by everyone. It's not common sense. It's actually something so simple yet complex that not a lot of people know about it. So it's a secret, and it's one that I don't want you to keep. I want you to share this, distribute this. So if you're watching this, please share it to your network. They need to know. This is not for defeatists, people that play the victim and don't want to get ahead because life's so hard and there's all these walls of adversity. Trust me, get it, been there, got a testimony, bought the t-shirt, get it. But this is not for defeatists, people that, feel like, woe is me. This is for people that want to achieve more. So top of the top, can you reach it? Can you stretch? Can you expose yourself and be vulnerable to do something as crazy as investing to get compound interest? That's the setup there. The secret is coming out soon, right? Kind of piggybacking on the first line. This is a secret I'm about to tell you. I'm building it up, building it up. Pull up a seat, get in tune. I ask that you listen to what I got to say. Open your mouth. Here's the spoon. I'm going to baby feed you with this information because it needs to be shared, right? You need to consume it. Girl dad mode. And then the last line, shout out my brother, A. Boone. I went to college with this guy named, I won't use his name. It starts with an A. And he just meant so much to me. And we kind of lost touch after a few years of graduating and doing life, and I miss him because as I was kind of making my way through college, he was very instrumental in supporting me and guiding me, and just figured I'd give him a shout out in this song. So there you have it. All right, let's keep going.
Grown up now, I am the man. There's something you must understand. Hard as man, no spam. I'll open the can. Dropping free gems is a part of my brand. Call me when you need a hand. I am the dollars and cents Superman. The secret is coming out, man. Come on, man. Shout out by Dan.
All right. Grown up now, I am the man. Not being cocky, I'm just not 15 anymore. I'm double that and some change. So there's things you got to understand. I'm not a big fan of spam, right? Like a bunch of garbage that people just kind of inundate social media with. I don't have time for that. You don't have time for that. It's not valuable, so why would I share it? But no spam. I'll open the can. That's a play on this old school, manufactured ham that they used to sell us when we were growing up. It's disgusting. Don't ever get it, but Google it. You'll see what I'm talking about. I'm opening the can. I'm sharing the secrets. I'm spilling the beans. That's what that means. Dropping free gems means adding value by giving, no charge content to people that follow me. That's what that is. It's all a part of my brand. I want to do this. I want to just kind of give. And then one day when you're having a challenge or your situation becomes a little bit more complex and you need guidance, advice, you'll think of me. You'll say, well, Rob kind of sewed into my life for quite a few years. I'm going to trust him. All right. So call me when you need a hand. I'm the dollars and cents Superman. I don't really save people, but you get it. Save people money. The secret is coming out. Man. Come on, man. If you haven't heard President Biden say that, like you weren't following the political debates very closely, and that's probably a good thing. They were a little heavy, but he has this line. He's always, "Come on, man, come on, man." And I figured I'd give him a little shout out in there. So that's what that is. Again, this is all build up, right? We're just having fun. We're vibing. Let me dive into the meat.
Back in high, met a smooth guy. He lived a simple life. We call him Mr. Wise. Yeah, Mr. Wise. He was super nice and mighty wise. Former EY. He taught me early on spot the truth and lies. Businessman, no suit and tie. Mr. Wise prophesied that compound interest make it come alive.
Ah, man, back in high, that refers to high school. I went to a school in Glenview. I met an amazing human being that has the propensity to just boost you up with passion and just invigorate all the confidence you need in yourself. And this was a smooth dude. Lived a very simple life. The man wore khakis and sweaters every single day. Never designer brand. Like he was just super simple, but he was wise. So smart. Like you could just tell. He just knew so much. And he was so nice. He was giving. He always had a huge smile on his face. I think I mean, I knew him. I've known him for I don't know, north of a decade now, and I've never seen him frown. I've never seen him upset. It's crazy. Super nice, very wise. Former EY. That refers to a public accounting firm. Ernst and Young is what it used to be called. But EY, he used to work there, and he was like top dog. So super smart, super wise, and he taught me early on. And by early on, I mean at the tender age of 15 or 16, can't remember exactly, to spot the truth and lies because capitalism is designed to encourage you to spend money, oftentimes when you don't have it. And he said, catch that, be mindful of that. He was a businessman, right? Never wore suit and ties. He was simple, khaki, sweater, but he prophesied that compound interest was this beautiful system that would make you come alive. And by come alive, become financially free. And this dude, man, Mr. Wise, dude, like, if you're watching this, man, like you have played such an influential role in my life. Like you motivated me when I was in my feelings, right? Teenage years, didn't feel like I belonged, felt like I wasn't good enough, very quiet, shy. You ripped that right out. And man, for real. I appreciate you. All right. You're probably not watching this because you got more important things to do. But shout out to Mr. Wise. Appreciate you, boss. All right, let's keep going.
And aha, get a witness. Compound interest.
You can try hard to forget this before you write it off. Let me finish. Here's the simple definition. Interest on interest. Let me be more specific. It's money on 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 money.
Ain't that terrific?
Ah, such a good line. All right, line by line, you're the witness now. You understand what compound interest is, or at least by the end of this video, you will. You can try hard to forget it, but you won't be able to. Before you write it off and say, oh, this guy he's full of crap. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Let me finish. Keep listening. I think I got like 8 more minutes or something like that. I don't know, but hear me out, right? Simple definition. It's interest on interest. Be more specific, Rob. Okay. Money on money on money on money on money. Let your money grow for you actively without you being involved. Best type of growth is where it grows and it doesn't require your attention, unlike that of being a father or a mother. So, me and my wife, we just had a daughter, right? She's like a month old, and her growth is extremely important. But I tell you this, it requires our involvement. We have to show up. We have to feed and burp and pump. And, you know, my wife, my beautiful wife, does most of the heavy lifting, but it's not one of those passive activities. Hello, right? The crying, the hungry, furious screams and the poops and the blowouts. That ain't passive. It's very active. Now, compound interest, however, is passive. It doesn't require you to show up and check in and punch a clock and change diapers, right? That's the point I'm trying to make. So that's what I want you to get into your head. Let's take a brief pause from the lyrics, and I want to jump into a workbook that's going to crystallize exactly what I'm talking about. All right? Here we go. All right, we're in here. Can you see my screen? Yes, you can. Compound interest explainer. Check it out. This is a simple investment of $10,000. We're going to invest it over 20 years. The interest rate is 8%. Just an example, y'all. Year over year, we're going to have a gain of $800. How'd you get that number, Rob? It's 8% of 10,000. Boom, right? $800 every year. This is called simple interest. Total interest, total interest earned after 20 years will be $16,000. The future value will be 26,000. Get me? Got me? Good. This is cool, is fine, but it's not all that in a bag of chips. Let me tell you what is. Compound interest, switching tabs here. Same math. Initial investment of $10,000, investment period of 20 years, 8% interest rate. Now, if you remember, right, you should have taken a mental snapshot. If you didn't, go back, rewind 15 seconds. The gain was $800 every single year. But now you can see the gain is not staying stagnant. It's going up. This is what I meant by interest on interest. Money on money on money on money on money. You feel me? Look, I added in two new columns, beginning balance and ending balance. The $10,000 invested will get 8%, $800. But then I've got a new balance. It's 10,800. That becomes my new beginning balance. And if you multiply that by 8%, it's not 800 anymore. We're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. It's 864, right? Ending balance goes up to 11,664. Okay, now we got a new beginning balance. We're going to take that up by 8%. You get the point, all the way down to $46,000. So let me clean this up. This is what I'm talking about. Total interest earned of 36.6, future value north of 46,000. Let's compare the two. Simple interest is on the left, compound interest is on the right. Which one you feeling? You put in 10 and you get 26 at the end of the 20 years, or you get 46 after the 20 years? Clearly, your head is looking in the right direction. You want the right method. That's compound interest. Back to the music.
He's so prolific. Girl, can you dig this? Bruh, do you hear this? Rob talking riches. Heck to the yes, he is. It's compound interest. It's super important. Please don't ignore it. Need you to absorb this. This is no nonsense, such good content. Financial concepts.
Okay? I like to think I'm prolific. Can you dig this? Do you hear this? I'm talking riches. Those are pretty self explanatory. I'm talking about compound interest. And what you just saw in that explainer workbook was a simple investment of $10,000 one time. Now, if I wanted to get real fancy, I would add in additional contributions to that balance. Guess what happens? Phew, exponential growth. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Have an initial amount and then make periodic, frequent, often deposits and contributions into that account. And whoo, the interest, come on. They say historically over the last 100 years, it's been 8% of a return. So if you just think about that, throw like $100 in, $1,000 in, frequently. It's a mess. Anyway, this is super important. Please don't ignore it. I need you to absorb it. So much so that I am exercising all vulnerability and making rap videos as a licensed CPA with over a decade of experience. I'm not a rapper, but I know that it takes a special type of uniqueness to stand out and be heard. And I want people to hear this and understand it. All right, so here we go. No nonsense, such good content, financial concepts. At least I think so. Let's continue.
And you are my prospect. Catch the drip like I'm the faucet. Oh, you're not feeling my sonnet? No comment. Eighth wonder of the world, shout out Einstein. 8 figures from a girl like fine wine. Making money, my employee always show up early. No days off, yes, we are in a hurry.
Okay, here we go. You are my prospect. I'm trying to sell you on this idea that compound interest is amazing. You can catch the drip like a faucet. Thought that was pretty clever. Not feeling the sonnet. That happens. Some people just don't like what I have to say or me or, my platform. That's cool. No worries. No comment. Eighth wonder of the world. Shout out Einstein. I'll show you a quote that he has a little bit later, but this is the eighth wonder of the world. 8 figures from a girl like fine wine. You've heard the phrase, right? Age like fine wine, appreciates in value over time. 8 figures from a girl is a representation that I'm doing this to be a leader in my house, to provide, to create provision for my family. And that is my reason. That is my why. So yes, it's great to invest. It's awesome to make money. But if you don't attach your money to a mission or have a reason for it, it can quickly disappear and turn you into somebody else you don't want to be. So I always try and tell people, find your why and start with that why to create your what. So for me, that's what it is. I love my wife, I love my daughter, I love my family, and I want to, I want to support them in the best way that I can. So that's my why. Here we go. Making money, my employee always show up early, no days off. Yes, we are in a hurry. The reason I say that line is because way too many people treat money like a tool or a utility that just goes in the pocket to collect lint, or it just gets stowed away in the coffers of the bank that manufactures this 0.01% interest rate, and we go, ooh, I got a nice savings account. That's not the purpose of money. No, money is an employee, and I kid you not, like it's an employee. So like every day I gotta wake up and tell my employees like, yo, y'all need to go to work. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to go, and do like the story in the Bible with the slaves and the talents, right? Like go out there, double yourself, get to work. Because if you come back with the same amount, then something's off. The math ain't working, you know. But if I give you 10 and you come back with 12, now we can talk, right? We're growing. We're making moves. That's the way you should treat your money. That type of relationship, like an employee, except this one, they don't take PTO. They don't get sick. They don't go on maternity leave, right? No days off. And yes, we are in a hurry. We're working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365, baby. Sometimes 366 if it's a leap year. Hello? That's the way you should treat your money. Not as something you put in your little mattress after you cut a hole, not something you hide behind the picture frame, certainly not something you throw into the coffers of the bank so they get to charge 15, 20, 25% interest on a credit card, but only give you a measly 0.1%, a fraction of a basis point. Come on now. Come on. Don't let me get carried away. No days off. Yes, we're in a hurry. Let's keep going.
Compound, need you to learn it, and you gotta earn it. Please don't burn it. Make the money work way past curfew. Let the money work for you. Don't let it work you. That's money coming while you sleep. Ching, ching, sheep, sheep. I'ma leave you with a treat. A Chinese proverb I heard last week.
Let's go. Compound, compound. Learn it. Please learn this, and you gotta earn it. The opposite of learning this and earning it would be to burn it, where you're actually the one paying compound interest. What does that look like, Rob? Well, it'd be you using a ton of credit cards, not paying it off timely, and incurring late fees and interest and debt that accumulates very, very fast. If you've ever had like a student loan or a credit card or maybe even a mortgage, right? The debt has a compound interest impact as well, and it's called amortization. So the interest, right, is a big bulk of the payment you're making. That's the wrong side to be on, right? You want to be on the side that receives the interest, not pay the interest. You feel me? Coming, not going. And that's what I want you to do. So learn it, earn it, please don't burn it. Make the money work way past curfew. Like I said before, this money is an employee. You ain't going to sleep. You got to work 24/7. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by that. Let the money work for you. Don't let it work you. Don't make money your idol. Don't slave away working thousands of jobs trying to create money. It's not supposed to be that way. If you have to work 16 part-time gigs and you're all over the place, that's not the way to make money. It's a way, and sometimes for some people, it's the only way, but only for a little bit. After you have some stability, you need to get out of that exchange of time for money and switch over into passive income generating activities. It's just a way to do it. Or at least that's how I feel. It's money coming while you sleep. It's the best kind. Ching, ching, sheep, sheep. The sheep jumps over the fence. You ever seen those? I had a daughter. Leave me alone. Um, I'm going to leave you with a treat. Chinese proverb I heard last week. Listen to it.
Best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. Second best time is now. Well, there you go. Millions, billions, just let the dollars flow. Incline turbine, exponential growth. Here's your homework.
Let's go. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. Second best time is now. There you go. Let me double click on this for a minute. Way too many people on these platforms are quick to reference the fact that if you had invested X amount 20 years ago into this huge company now, you would have had this amount, right? And you can plug and play with the numbers. Oftentimes it's like, if you would have just put in $1,000 into Amazon, you'd be worth $6 trillion. And statistically, fundamentally, mathematically, that's correct. But what value does that provide now? What? Does anyone have a time machine that you can like, go back? Can you go back and like throw that thousand in? If we had that, then maybe, right? Actually, it would kind of implode the whole market, but you get it, right? That's not the important part. The important part is what you're gonna do now, right? The second best time is now. Yeah, what happened in the past, it's in the past. You can't change it. But what you can do now is important. So I like to focus on that. Active decisions. Millions, billions, let the dollars flow. I'm of the opinion that if the followers I have and the people that listen to me and the people that trust me are willing to kind of jump in on this and just start small with something like $100 per month. I know some people can probably do a lot more. Some people maybe less. It's fine. Let's use an average, threshold of $100 per month. That could translate into millions, dare I say it, billions in passive income generating activity for the people just in my small little network. And not a lot of people kind of rock with me, and that's fine. But I'm talking millions and billions of dollars that are otherwise going to be sliced and diced with the banks of the world, with the mattresses, with the lints in your leggings or jeggings or jeans, whatever it is that has lint in it, right? You get it. So there you go. Millions, billions, let the dollars flow. Incline turbine, exponential growth. I don't know if you've seen those plane engines. They have the turbine in it, and the way in which they kind of fly up at takeoff, right? I don't know if you can see me, but it's like, phew. That's the type of exponential growth I'm talking about. Yeah, small, 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 phew, like huge, straight up. And that is the drip. This is your homework. Get you some compound interest. Start small and go big. Bite slow, chew fast. Fall down 7 times, stand up 8. Don't let anyone tell you no, especially not yourself. Compound interest.